and welcome back to my channel Gabbabetic, and welcome to a very exciting video today. If you've watched my channel, I think maybe in my video just before Christmas, I talked about my type 1 diabetes. If you watch my channel, you know that I'm MDI, which means I use insulin pens, but maybe not for long because I actually have been waiting a long time to get a pre-pump assessment. And finally, I got a letter through the door to say that I got a pre-pump assessment and I'm going today. So I don't know how it works in other countries, but basically in Ireland, there's two types of pumps. There's Medtronic 780G and there's Tandem T-Slim. So Medtronic works with Guardian 4, I think, and then Tandem's T-Slim works with Dexcom G6 or G7. They're the only two pumps in Ireland. Primarily in Ireland, most adults, I would say, are MDI like me and use insulin pens because they don't want to kind of give you insulin pumps. It's very hard to actually get an insulin pump in Ireland. And I, before maybe 2 years ago, never really thought about an insulin pump, but now I think it would really help me, and I'll go into the reasons why further into this video. But I asked my consultant last August if I could go for one and he approved, but it's taken, I guess, 9 months now just to get a pump assessment. So a pump assessment, if you don't know, I'm going to go in there with the nurse. We're going to go through everything. I have some things that I needed to do beforehand, which I'll show you now, and they'll decide if I get a pump or not. Obviously, I'm really nervous but excited if I do get one. I do hope I get one and I get approved, but I'm also nervous. So that's the video today. It's just going to be a short one. I'm going to bring you along. I'm going to talk a bit about it now beforehand, and then we'll catch up after the pump assessment and see what the result is. Hope you like the video. If you do, please give it a big thumbs up, comment down below and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And yeah, let me tell you everything that I had to do beforehand. So I have this letter in my hand. So basically today is Monday. Last Wednesday, I got a letter through the door. So I have been following up since every month since last August when I was recommended for a pump assessment. And I was just being told, you're on the waiting list, you're on the waiting list. We don't know when it'll be, you're on the waiting list. And then just through the door last Wednesday, I got this letter, which I'm not going to show you because it has personal, information on it, but I will read a bit to you now. So it says, we're writing to offer you an appointment for a pre-pump assessment. This appointment has been offered to you because you have an interest in insulin pump therapy, or your consultant has suggested this as a treatment option. In order to ensure you're prepared for the pump therapy, we have organized this meeting. The pump of choice the consultant has suggested for you is Medtronic 780G, and we'll go into why he picked that in a second. There's some info on a link if you want to see that. And then, for this appointment, which is today at 2 o'clock, the following have to be done. So bear in mind, I got this Wednesday evening. We have to have recent bloods done within the last month. So I was like, okay, how am I going to get them done in 2 days? We'll go into that. And then we need a food and insulin diary for 5 days before the appointment, which was the day I received this letter. And then we also need your insulin to carb ratios. So you'll meet the diabetes nurse and a dietitian on the day. So anyway, I'll put in a little clip here. I went to get the bloods done. So I was very lucky they had an appointment Thursday morning, but it's Monday now. I really don't know if the blood results are going to be there. I know my HbA1c is 52, which is just okay. So I can tell her that if the bloods are not there, but I hope it doesn't inhibit me, because I did say to the people in the blood clinic that this is for Monday. They said, sure, we'll just have to see what happens. So very last minute, so that was kind of rushed, but I did get the bloods done. And then the second part, so the insulin and food diary. This is the kind of thing I'm talking about. So I had to put in blood glucose readings for every meal, 2 hours post, and I've been keeping my own records of what's been going on. Fill that out, we'll go through that. I know how to carb count because I've done the Daphne course. That's the course here, which is dose adjustment for normal eating. I did that 10 years ago. So my insulin ratios are 1:1, which means for every 10 grams of carbohydrate, I take 1 unit of insulin. They're just called 1:1 ratios here. And so we'll go through that. And then I have info about the pump. And reading this, I knew on the pump that you don't have Tresiba or Lantus. And I knew that you always get a basal insulin, like NovaRapid or Fiasp. I don't even know if you can get Fiasp. But I didn't know there was things like insulin sensitivity factor or insulin on board. So they kind of make me nervous. And also the whole process of the pump, I just have no idea about infusion sites and things like that. Now, obviously I told you there's two types of pumps. So there's Medtronic 780G and there's Tandem T-Slim, and I have been recommended for the Medtronic. Now, months ago when I went asking about a pump first of all to my endocrinologist. I went through it all myself, so I made a whole thing out about 780G and Tandem T-Slim, and I can see plus and minuses to both. Ideally, it would be amazing if you could just stay on the Dexcom, because as you know, I have Dexcom G7 and work with Tandem T-Slim. My issue though is high blood sugars, and I think that's why we're kind of going down the 780G route. So obviously both pumps have algorithms and they work with CGM, and SmartGuard is on Medtronic. As far as I know, now this is only from my own research, so correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, it corrects for highs, and it also does a correction. I think you can do 12 times in 1 hour, but every 5 minutes, whereas the Control IQ on the Tandem T-Slim is only once an hour. So like, I think that's kind of why they're pushing me down the 780G route, because I have no issues with low blood sugars. I can manage that, and it's highs that I have the problem, and I'll talk about that now. I'm going to show you my Dexcom report, but I have talked about this in the past. So I have really bad control at nighttime, and it's only highs, it's not lows. So I've done my insulin and food diary. For some reason, my body just literally cannot have normal blood sugars at nighttime. I don't know what it is. It seems the only solution is if I like don't eat food like after 4 o'clock in the day, which is not sustainable. And I have this like guilt if I eat a snack later on, because I know that's going to break down really late at night and mess me up. And sometimes if I don't even eat something after dinner, if I just have a dinner at 5 o'clock, I still have a high blood sugar at nighttime. And I'll show you the extent now. Here you go. So this is a week. So this last week, so average glucose 9.4. So we're going from 19th of February to the 25th of February, which incorporates the 5 days that I've been doing this carb count. This is from midnight to 6 a.m. high, and then a bit iffy at lunchtime in the day, but sometimes I go low or high. I think that's my own fault for not carb counting exactly, which I'm trying to be better at. But you can see once we get to 9 o'clock, we start to go high again. So I usually have a correction at this time before I go to bed. You can see that I'm like in range before bed, and then I just go crazy. And it's so frustrating for me because I've done all of the things. I've done the increase the Traceba and do this with the land. I've done them all. I've done the not eating. I've done the eating. There's no reason or rhyme or rhythm to it. And it's very hard to live a life like that. Like, I am going out, for example, next Saturday for someone's birthday dinner, but the dinner is like at 7 o'clock. And that already gives me anxiety because I know I'll have high blood sugars all night and I have something on Sunday morning. And I always thought this was just the way with diabetes, but then I found out that it's not when I talk to other type 1 diabetics. So I also never sleep. Like, I sleep really bad. I wake up multiple times a night to take insulin. And if this could help me with that, I would think that I would improve my life so much, because I don't know how things are for yourselves, even if you're not diabetic, but like, imagine just like never sleeping a solid night's sleep and waking up 2 or 3 times a night to take insulin or go to the bathroom or be really thirsty. It's just not fun. So that is the reason for getting the pump, and that is the reason why they put me forward for the 780G, because it's like looking every 5 minutes and doing multiple corrections an hour, whereas Tandem T-Slim is like once an hour. As far as I know, I could be wrong, let me know in the comments. I do think the T-Slim looks a lot nicer, more modern, more easy to use, and the Medtronic's a bit bulkier, but sure, like, what do I know? Let me know in the comments your experiences. And I know some people think one is way better than the other, but I have to just go with what the consultant is telling me. We're going to talk about it all today. So I'm going to go and get ready now and have my lunch and do a walk, and then I'll go to the pre-plump clinic. And I'm really nervous because I was thinking about it. Like, I was like, you know, this will help me so much. I really want this, but I've never like done this for my diabetes experience. And I do worry about the pump, like if there's a disconnection going into DKA, like it's just not something I have to worry about when I'm on pens. Obviously, if I get sick or something, I can go into DKA, but like it's not like if I have a disconnection or something, then I can get really sick really quick. So that does stress me out. So please let me know your personal experiences. Anyway, I could go there and they could tell me no. So I will update you in a while. Fingers crossed everything will go well, and I'll let you know if we're going with the 780G, if I'm even going to get a pump. And if I'm not, I'm still going to let you know, because I'm sure it's all experience. Hello everybody, I'm back. It is a good while later. Come here, say hello, Lana. Come over and say hello, Lana, before you or run away. I have good news. So I have been approved for the pump. So I've been approved for the Medtronic 780G, which is what I thought. And it is what I think is the best pump for me. Like I said earlier, I struggle with the high blood sugars, so I hope this will help. So the timeline of what's about to happen, yeah, so basically today I just went in, I met the dietitian and the nurse, we went through everything. They had my Dexcom Clarity results up on the screen, so they could see exactly where I'm going high. You know, they talked about trying the Traceba, blah blah blah. I've done all of that, nothing works. So sorry, Lana is just running around. So anyway, we went through everything, talked about the pumps, how they work. I was very nervous going in because they checked my blood pressure and height and weight, and my blood pressure was a bit high, and they're like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm just a bit nervous because like I've waited for this for a long time, and also I don't know how, like, I feel excited for the pump, but like it's nerve-wracking. Like this year I'll be 17 years type 1 diabetic, and like this is what I know now. Lana, what are you doing? This is what I know now, like, so to change it all is a bit daunting, but if it can help at nighttime with those highs and help me sleep, like I feel like I've done everything to try and help that. So if this can help, that'll be a huge plus. The timeline of what's going to happen is they're going to apply for the pump for me. My consultant has to sign off on it, which like he knows about it, so that shouldn't be a problem. He's going to sign off on it this week. I'm going to get approval from the health service executive, so they're going to basically approve it and pay for Medtronic to send a pump out. The pump will be sent to the diabetes center, and when it arrives the training will be scheduled. So the training is going to be like one Monday every week for like 4 or 5 weeks. So like the first week is just going to be getting the pump, and it'll be group training, so there'll be other people getting their pump as well, either new people like me or people who have done 4 years and are getting a pump renewal, because it's every 4 years you can get a new pump here. There'll be a few of us. We'll all go through everything with the pump. Like I said, it'll start off, it'll be get the pump, get used to it. It won't be attached to you. Learn how to use it while it's not attached, and then it'll build on that. Like the next week we'll probably be learning how to do an insertion site and putting on the CGM, and then maybe the week after that we'll be using the pump, but using it without SmartGuard, which is the algorithm for anyone. I've just learned these things as well, so literally the very last week we'll be turning on SmartGuard and going from there, but there's a long way to go. So I just wanted to give you that update. So thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And please comment down below your experiences with the Medtronic 780G. Don't scare me if they're bad, please. So yeah, I will catch up with you near the time. I'll do like more specific pump related videos. If you want to see that, let me know in the comments. But for now, it's still gonna be a while on MDI. Like I reckon it won't be until April, May, maybe even June before I'm up and running on the pump. So it'll be a while. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.